The Lord is doing a reset in the lives of many. And a reset means to set again or anew. So it's like, let's try this again, or let's try this differently. And so the Lord is doing a reset in the lives of many. Perhaps he's resetting your steps. And so he's putting you in a new or different starting point. Perhaps he's resetting your career. Perhaps he's resetting your priorities. And so you're in a season or a place where you're obligated to have to change your priorities around because of what this season demands from you. Perhaps, you needed better time management. And so again, he's resetting you in that area. Perhaps he's resetting, your relationships. And so there's some friendships that have been removed because they were hindering you or causing you to be distracted. And so perhaps he's resetting you in that area. But understand that the Lord is doing a reset, and it's going to look different in the lives of each individual. So if there's a rerouting or some sort of reset that has taken place in your life, ask God to reveal his hand in the matter. Ask God to reveal the source of that rerouting or that reset. Because many times we can view a rerouting or a reset as a setback, and it's not. It's not always a setback, right? It depends on what the source of that is, because there are some situations the Lord has to reset you in order to get you back into rightful alignment with him, his plan, and his purpose for your life. Sometimes we'll pray and we say, Lord, let your will be done. I want your will, right? And he's like, okay, you've been doing things your own way, and now you want my will? Okay, reset. Right? Now I got to put you back into the place that I need you on, right? The path that I need you on, so that my will can commence, right? So that my will can begin or continue. Perhaps you're like, I just lost my job, and, freaking out, and you're trying to figure out, what to do, trying to find another job. And he's like, this was my doing, right? I needed you out of that place because it was causing you to be distracted, not to have any time for me. Maybe this was steering you down a different path than what I intended for you, right? There are some situations that we interpret differently than what they actually are, because we are interpreting it with our flesh, right? We're thinking about our desires. We're thinking about, what we want and how we want things done, and not realizing that when we are yielded and submitted to God, we give him the freedom to be able to lead and direct us and course correct as he sees fit. So what is happening in your life right now, right? What are you experiencing? Ask God to reveal to you the source of what that is, right? Obviously, there's some situations it's a result of our own decision making, right? Some things are, demonic warfare, but there are some things that are God. As I'm talking, this takes me back to the book of Ecclesiastes chapter 3. And Ecclesiastes chapter 3 really focuses and talks about the different seasons that one can experience in their life, right? Because there are different seasons that we will and we can experience in our lives. And so in order for us to continue to grow, in order for us to continue to get to that place that God is calling us to, right, we have to be rerouted. He has to reset us in order for some things to be course corrected. And when he does that, and when these things happen, now you're experiencing a different season in your life, right? Because seasons are a biblical principle. Seasons must happen and seasons must change. And so change is necessary on this walk and on this path with God. So understand that, as hard as some seasons may feel or may be, seasons are really there for your benefit, because God is trying to course correct and get us realigned back to his will and his purpose. So again, God is resetting many right now. And so, don't misinterpret your reset or your rerouting, but allow that to cause you to go deeper into God, to seek his face like never before, and to ask him to reveal to you the source of that reset and, what he is requiring, from you in this time or in this season. And for many of you, you'll be pleasantly surprised to see that this is God's hand at work in your life. And we can be confident and rest assured knowing that God is in control, and his plans are so much better and so much greater than our plans. And even though sometimes we don't always understand his ways and the path that he designs for us, but we know scripture tells us and reminds us that his ways and his thoughts are higher than ours. And so embrace the reset. And remember that all things work together for the good of those who love God, who are called according to his purpose. So regardless of the source of your reset or rerouting, it will always work out for the good in the end.